right. Every day. Every day. All day. Shout out to the room. Oh no. You guys didn't hear the music. There it goes. I didn't forget the music. You want me to run it back for you? You need me to run it back for you? Because I forgot. I didn't forget. The plug wasn't plugged and it wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. So shout out to the room. Here we go. Technology happens, but we roll. Every day. Every day. All day. Uh-oh. Where are you going? Shout out to the room. Hey, everybody. What's happening here? I hope everything is working tonight because it wasn't working last night. But yesterday was the past. Today is the present. Hello? Shout out to Little C's that just walked into the building. Shout out to the room. Shout out to everybody that's filing in here. Welcome to Wednesday. I just want to say, as you walk in here, leave your shoes at the door. We've got a good show coming up. We've got Dr. Ian. He's about to walk in here. I want all of your time. Shout out to the entire room. Everybody, I just want to say, it's about to get started.
Finally, a show with an array of topics. I mean, she talks about it all. The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition, begins now.
Shout out to the entire room, everybody. Let's get it going. We got a good show. We got to breeze through everything. We got to be right. Get comfortable. Move your shoulders. Shake your hair. Shake your boobs. Shout out to everybody walking in. Come on, y'all. Everybody, welcome to the Natasha Simona Sequence. I'm your host, none other than Natasha Simona. Hello? Listen, we're almost there. It's the middle of the week. The middle of the week is like that sigh of relief. You know, you can just like move your shoulders a little bit. You got through the 2 difficult days. They dump everything on your lap. Things get a little funny. My girlfriend told me it was like we're in the middle of like an equinox and something is going on in the moons and the stars and all the stuff. The technology is acting up, but that's okay. For the next 90 minutes, you're going to sit here. We're going to talk. We've got Dr. Ian. I love having conversations with Dr. Ian. So he's going to be joining us really, really soon. In about a hot 10 minutes, he's about to walk in the door. So as you all are walking in here and getting comfortable, take your shoes off, grab a drink, and let's talk about some things, okay? We missed a day yesterday, and that's okay. It's okay. We're here today, and I'm really happy. I woke up this morning, and I said, holy Christ, I made it. You know how I do. I wake up and I'm like, am I here? Am I for real? Well, instead of me, I looked at my kids and I was like, I looked at my 10-year-old. You all know my 10-year-old has been sick. God bless him. So I've been dealing with that. He's doing a lot better. I kept him home from school today. And, he wanted to power through. He woke up this morning. He said, Mommy, I want to power through. I said, okay. He didn't have a fever. I said, okay, well, let's try. And we loaded up in the car. He got to school and he goes, oh, Mommy, my head. He got out the car and he looked like he was going to collapse. I was like, one more day home. So we do have a COVID test. I'll test him after the show because I got the COVID test late. So I don't think he has COVID, but whatever. I don't know. So I'll COVID test him and let you all know on the show tomorrow how he's doing. But nonetheless, thank you for everybody asking. Thank you for everybody checking up on him. My 13-year-old, well, he's 13, so we'll just leave it at that. I'll update you on him later. And thanks for asking how I'm doing. Hello? Who cares about the mom that has to take care of everything? But you know what? I will tell you this. When I showed up at the school, because, they were late for school today, and I showed up and I had to sign them in, let me explain something to you. I had my glasses on. I was wearing a whatever look. It didn't even matter. And I stood in the office and I started crying. That's a true story. I started crying, and it might have been probably the most perfect timing, because the gentleman, so I'm standing there just pouring my heart out to them, letting them know I'm really having a difficult time with the 13-year-old and I really need support. And I told them exactly what was going on, and they all dropped what they were doing. And there was a gentleman in the office. He said to me, he goes, I need to speak to you right away because I know that look. I've been watching your son. And I said, excuse me? And he kind of laughed a little bit, and he's introduced himself to me. And he said, can I please talk to you right now? I said, well, pardon me. I'm in the middle of a crisis right now, and I'm not sure who you are. I said, no offense, but you got to give me a minute. And so he said, I'm going to wait for you outside. I said, okay. I said, if you see my other son in the car, I said, just act normal. He's not feeling well, so he's not going to be in school today. And so I'm talking to the office staff. I said, please. I said, who is this man? Can I trust him? And they all started laughing. They said, you're probably one of the most comedic mothers that we have in here that can be hilarious in the middle of a crisis. I said, well, good. I'm glad I make everybody laugh. Now, hello? So shout out to all the admins that go to my children's school that watch me and my crazy self. So I had a conversation with this guy, and I will share it with you all because I feel like as parents, especially my single parents, we go through things and we feel so unsupported. And even whole families where there's two parents in the household, or you've got grandparents and aunties, sometimes we feel so unsupported. And, I really can't wait to share with you all of the new developments and things like that, especially if you're dealing with a teenager. Please, everybody, whatever you do for prayers and positivity, this is year 1 of the teenage years. And, holy Christ, it is not easy. So keep me in your prayers. It takes a village, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that steps in to share advice and all of those things. Dear back office, I see the communication. I didn't see it for a second. Shout out to my back office that keeps me in check. It's a real thing, and it's a really big deal. Let's get right into it. Okay. I really have no time before Dr. Ian walks in here. I just hope he takes his shoes off. Does he know that it's a no shoes policy in here? We're going to roll right into it. So this lady right here surprised us last night. Do we all know who that is? Yep. None other than the Princess Rihanna. So she's going to, hold on a minute. Before I get into Rihanna, my back office has something special for me. But hold on one second. Okay. So here's the deal. Rihanna, okay, back office, thank you so much. I received it. Rihanna is hosting, she's hosting the halftime show. What's the game again with the ball and the cute guys and the tight pants? That game, the football game. I'm kidding. So she's doing the whole halftime show. She just had her baby. Her and A$AP Rocky live a low-key life. The other day she was hanging out with Will Smith and Tyler Perry and all of them at the screening at Will's house for Emancipation. I'm not sure why I didn't get my invite, but that's okay. And now she's teasing that she's got a new album coming up. She's been off the grid for about 6 years and change, and we haven't had any new music from her. She's been on hiatus. From what I've been told from a lot of, my older community that loves on me, taking hiatuses do the body well. Hello? Mind, body, and spirit. So shout out to Rihanna for coming out of her hiatus. She's coming out of, postpartum looking like $1,000,000. Although this photo isn't present, she don't look far from the gorgeousness that we see on the screen right here. So perhaps we are getting a new album from her, but she is going to be on the new Wakanda soundtrack. And that soundtrack drops on Friday. But, they've been dropping hints. The name of her song is Lift Me Up. So on her little teaser that she posted on her page, that's like all flooding the internet. And now the Natasha Simona sequence, you just hear her harmonizing. I think this is going to be something really special. I'm telling you, something happens when your life changes and you take a break and life happens in between that break. So we're all in for a really good ride. So shout out to Rihanna. I also, listen, remember I said she was out hanging out with Will Smith and them. So there she goes on the lower left side, if it's looking the same to you, with her boo thing, ASAP. And you've got, who all is in this photo? Dave Chappelle, Tyler Perry back there. You've got Kenya Barris. Who else is in this photo? Did I write it down? Back office, did I write all this stuff down? I want to know who that guy is next to Tyler Perry. Not the one in front. We know that's Dave Chappelle. To what we're looking at to his left side. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know who that is. Somebody zoom in. Let me tell you something. My back office is busy. So somebody zoom in, take a screenshot, and report back to me. That's the assignment. Right next to Tyler Perry. It looks like he's got a low haircut going on. Yeah. But shout out to Will Smith and friends. I just want to know how come I didn't get an invite from Westbrook. So if you're in here and you're part of Westbrook, I think it's time I be part. Hello? Can I invite myself? Okay. My heart is racing because I've got 3 minutes to make magic and I feel scared. Hold on one second. I thought I could do this fast enough and I can't. And it doesn't even matter because guess what? Kanye West is the gift that keeps on giving. And I'm not sure you all would want me to put a photo of him up on the screen, but let me explain something to you. Shout out to hello, Ghislaine. I can't even say her name properly. I can't roll my tongue the way she could probably roll her tongue better than me. And you all are probably wondering who? Don't worry about it. She's my special chocolate drop in the building. Hello? Hey, sis. So, listen, Kanye's back in the news, as he probably will be. Here's a new list of what's happening with our cousin across the street. So, Madame Tussauds, did you hear that? The Wax Museum officially dropped him, removed his wax figure out of their museum. Who else? Okay, so here's the deal. He walked into Skechers today. Did you all hear about that? He walked into the Skechers. I can't tell this story with a straight face. Hold on. I got a minute and 30 seconds. So Kanye woke up this morning and said, we going to Skechers. I'm going to imagine this is what happened. He woke up and he's like, yo, we going to the Skechers joint right down in Manhattan City over here in Los Angeles, right? So they go down there. And, they've got the whole camera crew thing. I'm not sure if he's taking this seriously. So he walks up in the Skechers building trying to have a meeting. And they were like, yeah, no thanks, bro. Not only are you filming on our property, but you don't even have an appointment. Like, who do you think you are? Like, you're being canceled. So here's a quote. Oh, not only that, not only did he try to get a meeting with Skechers, TJ Maxx also canceled him. And you know all the brands under TJ Maxx. You've got TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. They said no thank you to the Yeezy brand. So here he is at Skechers' door. And they're like, who this? Who all is here? So Kanye said, man, it's Ye. And they said, yeah, Ye, you're over with. So boom. Here's a quote from Skechers. Skechers says, they released a quote. They said, Skechers is not considering and has no intention of working with West. We condemn his recent divisive remarks and do not tolerate anti-Semitism or any other form of hate speech Again, West showed up unannounced and uninvited to Skechers corporate offices. And just like that, he was escorted out of the building by two executives. That is embarrassing. Now, if you all didn't know, if you didn't do your homework because you were too busy working and you didn't have enough toilet time, Skechers was founded by Robert Greenberg, and now his son, Michael Greenberg, owned the company. Well, the relevancy is they're Jewish. Good night. At this point, people are canceling Kanye left and right and not accepting his visits. You can't just roll up on a building and say, yo, we trying to do a collab. It doesn't work like that. Especially with the name, with how your name is hot in the media, Kanye. You should probably start a pop-up shop. Do you know what I'm saying? He should start his own store or a pop-up shop. You know how they do in Manhattan? That's where I'm from. Every other 5 days, there's a pop-up shop on 42nd and 5th over there. Do they still do that? I haven't lived in Manhattan in 6 years. But remember, they would pop up or in the middle of Times Square over there on 47th and 7th or whatever the hell. Okay, well, that's my advice for Kanye. So anyway, I'm done with that. Are we ready for our guest? Okay. I don't know. That's all I got for the headlines. We'll do more headlines in a little later, but I gotta get right. I'm excited for this one. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a little story. I had the honor to have a conversation or an interview, as normal people would probably call it, with Dr. Ian Smith. You know, the hottest doctor in the world that you probably want to have a heart attack around. So I had a conversation with him, and I said to him, I don't want to continue this conversation unless you could give me tips on how to lose weight in like 5 days. He's like, yeah, you're absolutely crazy. So shout out to Rick Party. Him and I was interviewing Dr. Ian with him for the very first time. So we always give love to Rick Party, who's also part of my back office. So Dr. Ian Smith, nationally syndicated, Emmy award-winning contributor, host, New York Times best-selling author, celebrity medical and diet expert. He's been featured in a gazillion publications. He's a Harvard graduate. Excuse me, you have to sit up straight when you say Harvard graduate. And he's got an insatiable love for foreign cars. And he's hot. So let's get Dr. Ian up in this joint. Dr. Ian, are you here? Let me see if he's taking his shoes off. What am I doing wrong? Anyway, everybody just act normal. Set your stuff down as we bring Dr. Ian in. Rick, I think I need your help. I'm doing something wrong. Hold on, everybody. Just listen to the music. Let's, where's my back office at? Okay, everybody. Just sit tight and act normal. Is Rick in the building? Hello? In the meantime, I hope everybody is well. My lady back office is here. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, here's Dr. Ian. In the name of technology.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi. Well, we can't. Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
you can get me out of here now. I'm in
Oh.
the shower. Bye.
Hello? Okay, goodbye. Rick, say hi to Dr. Ian before you go.
Hey, Dr. Ian.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good, taking a shower. Thanks.
Okay, bye. Bye, Rick. Dr. Ian is in the building. Don't you love technology, first of all?
I do. I love technology. It's awesome.
First of all, look at you and like all 5,000 teeth in your mouth. You look amazing.
You know, I have not been on Instagram for a while. I've actually been kind of like on a 6 month hiatus. So I haven't done IG Live in I don't know how long.
Okay, well, let me welcome you back. Dr. Ian Smith, everyone, nationally syndicated, Emmy Award winning contributor, host, Harvard graduate, New York Times best-selling author. He's a diet and medical expert to the stars. He's been in 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000,000 publications, and he's got an insatiable, amazing taste for classic cars, and he knows his stuff when he travels. Everybody, I'd love for you to please give me a loud round of applause for Dr. Ian K. Smith. Thank you. Well deserved. Hi, Dr. Ian. Okay, enough of the shenanigans, all right?
You know, one of the things about doing IG Live is that there's so many people who are saying hi, and you want to say hi to them, like Dr. Lippman and someone from my high school. So everyone who's saying hi to me, please know that I am seeing you, and though I'm trying to have a conversation, I'm seeing you and I just can't respond. I don't want to start trying to respond and stuff because then my camera's going to fall and all kinds of bad stuff's going to happen.
Oh, no, it's okay. So shout out to everybody that's in the room that has come in with Dr. Ian. I thank you for being here to witness your friend, your brother, someone you've admired over the years.
CJ, see what I mean? Look at these people, my friends. Like CJ, Charles Jenkins is in the house. Reverend Charles, preacher, pastor, Dr. Charles Jenkins is in the house.
I love it. Well, listen, this is a very free-flowing, comfortable, this is a sequence. It's not a show, it's a sequence. So if at any moment you've got a moment where you want to blurt out somebody's name, please feel free. You're not stuffy here, okay?
Yeah, I think that I would love to be able to open up my phone and not see the names of Kanye West or Donald Trump.
Well, maybe I'm glad you didn't come in here when I first started the show because I just finished talking about our cousin across the street. And, you know.
And let me just say something. I say that I'm making an apolitical statement. What I'm saying is that there's only so much oxygen, and to allow certain individuals to consume all of the oxygen all the time, I just think like, you know, there are other people and other issues that are going on that are important to the world. And, you know, I know that, you know, media needs to sell media and they need to get headlines to get clicks, but there's a lot of other stuff going on other than talking about billionaires acting foolish. I mean, honestly, like there are people who can't pay their rent. There are people who are having their cars repossessed. And we're talking about billionaires who are making $250 million a year and with one company on sneakers, and we're like, I mean, seriously? So I'm just kind of like, I'm over all of it.
Right. You know what else? There's other people like myself who really want to, you know, finally get this summer body going for once and for all. So, you know, me talking about all of his billions, you know, as fast as these companies are dropping him and he's losing out, I wish I can lose this weight equally as quick. I'm not understanding. And I feel like, you know, every couple of months you bless us with a new book on how to lose weight. So you never fail me. I think I'm failing myself here. So Dr. Ian, I do have a question.
Yes.
I'm an avid follower of all of the books that you put out there because, you know, I got a thing for Dr. Ian. Excuse me. Now this plant power book is one of the latest of the diet series that we've got going on.
I have a copy near me to show people, but go ahead.
I forgive you. You know, you're always in your kitchen with the whiteboard behind you. You're failing me today.
I know. I got to move my location. It's been, like I said, I've been off IG for a while, so I haven't done this kind of stuff in a minute, so I'm a little rusty, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, I feel honored though. So plant power, are we now shifting completely to plant-based?
No.
Okay.
Plant Power is a book that I wrote for myself because I felt like I was eating too much red meat. I was not eating enough plant-based foods. I do not want to be a vegan or a vegetarian, though there's nothing wrong with that. That's great if you want to do that. I still like chicken every once in a while. I'll have red meat once every now maybe 3 months. It used to be several times a week. So I wanted to develop a plan that can slowly get people to eat more plant-based foods without totally giving up the meat, chicken, seafood, or some red meat occasionally. But the idea and the number, I don't want to get too technical, but the number is 70% of your foods should be plant-based, 30% can be animal-based, and the idea is that most people right now, they have the opposite ratio. Most of their foods they're eating are animal-based versus plant-based. I'm trying to flip that ratio, and I have to tell those who are listening, listen, I thought I would miss my meat because I love red meat, I love brisket, I love ribs, I love meatloaf, I love barbecue meatloaf, but I thought I was going to miss it, and I don't. Like, I don't miss not having it, and I don't think about it a lot. When I do have it, I'm okay with it. Like, it's like, okay, great. But then, like, okay, I'm off back to my eating more plant-based. So I just think it's a book to help people who want to be in the middle.
Okay. And what are your thoughts about, the soy meat products like Beyond Meat and, the all the other ones? I know Beyond Meat is coming out with their rib version.
Listen, I'm going to make some very basic statements about this whole situation. Number one, meat looks and tastes the way it does because it is meat, because it naturally has certain types of products like heme, which is blood, basically, and other things that make it taste the way it tastes and look the way it looks. To try to simulate that by adding things and processing things is really putting a whole bunch of unhealthy junk into the product. In fact, some studies have shown that eating some meat is actually healthier than these meat alternatives because there's so much junk in the meat alternatives. So people need to be very careful about these meat alternatives. You need to read the ingredients list. If it has 15, 20 ingredients, no good. And also the other thing is, don't expect a meat substitute or alternative to taste like meat. If it does taste like meat, it's probably got a lot of junk in it. You like, if you want meat, eat meat. That's my thing. If you want meat, eat the meat. But if you want something that is similar to meat but is much healthier, then eat a real plant-based. Like, eat a burger made from black beans. I mean, there are a lot of great black bean mushroom burgers that taste awesome. But to go out and buy some of these products that are so overly processed and so unhealthy, buyer beware for sure.
Okay. And what about your blood type? I know a lot of that was going around, every couple of months or years, it's in circulation. You got to, eat for your blood type. Not even that either.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I'm a doctor. I've been doing nutrition and weight loss my entire career practically. I don't even follow that. It doesn't even make sense to me. So, that's another one of those things where it sounds really cool. It sounds scientific-y. And so people like, oh, wow, there must be something behind it because it sounds really kind of far out. I don't know. If someone can explain to me from true science how your blood type and what you eat, how there's this huge resonance. I mean, there may be something to it, but not to the level that people are making it out to be. Like, you can only eat quinoa, kale, and this if you're this blood type, and only this if you're that. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's too complicated. Listen. One more thing. It's too complicated. George Bush won. I'll never forget. You're too old for that. But, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
Right? Like, keep it simple. Nutrition and weight loss and eating well really isn't that complicated. But people, the audience, the customers, it seems like they want complicated. They buy things that are complicated, but things that are simple, they're like, that's too easy to work. It really is simple.
Okay, so I gotta break the doctor down for a minute.
Okay.
We can talk all the healthy talk. We can go through all of your amazing New York Times best-selling books, Dr. Ian. But let's talk. There's nobody in the room right now. We're having a long day. meetings everywhere, phones are ringing. We're on the press tour, and we go past a McDonald's. You can smell it before you see the yellow arches. You're telling me you're not getting a small fry?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I haven't had McDonald's since, hold on, since about 1988, maybe.
Not even a French fry.
No. And I love their French fries. No. Let's be clear. It's not that I didn't love McDonald's. I just felt like I was a very serious athlete when I was in high school and college. And I believed that in order to be the best athlete I could be, I need to fuel my body the best. And, a lot of fast food places, not just McDonald's, heavily processed. It just wasn't my thing. I just stopped cold turkey. Now, these days, here's the beauty of it. These days, they have a lot of fast food places that make healthier fare. They use real meat. They don't use the old kind of grease and that they fried fries in back in the day. So
Right.
So there are now healthier accommodations that have been made. So I still will eat a burger. I don't eat that much burgers anymore because I'm more plant-based. But I will eat a burger at a place. I still don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Wendy's. I don't eat Burger King. Okay? But
Wow.
guess what? I miss the French toast sticks at Burger King.
Oh, I think I got to take my kids for that tomorrow before school just because you said that.
Oh, jeez. When I was in high school, my brother and I would be going to school, and we'd be running late, as always, and we'd stop by and grab 2 packs apiece of those French toast sticks and that syrup and dip that. Oh, I'm just getting hungry thinking about it. But I miss the stuff. I just don't do it.
You miss it. But I make French toast, homemade French toast. Do you replace some of the fast food options? Do you replace it and make it yourself? Okay.
Yes, I make great French toast, old school. I don't like it wet in the middle. I like to cook it through. I use good old-fashioned Pepperidge Farm bread. I make burgers. I season them well when I'm having burgers. So, yeah, I still make this stuff, for sure.
Okay. So, what I do when I'm like going through what we call extreme dieting, my kids, I don't feed them junk food a lot, but, whenever it's the point where I'm like, I don't want to cook anything in the house, I just want to, maybe I'll get them some French fries, and I hold the container and I smell, and then I smell like 3 different times, and I'm like, okay, I'm full. And that's it. Now we're in an era. I do have a surgical question for you and your thoughts on it. I've got this little midsection. It's a stubborn midsection. And some of it will go away, but I can't drink enough detox. I can't do the 4-week detox, Dr. Ian, that you wrote about and you took your time and you spent. Sometimes I need to lose the 20 pounds in 4 days, not 4 weeks. I need 4 days. What are your thoughts about the BBLs? The Brazilian butt lifts that everybody is doing. Can I run to go get some surgery?
Jeez. I mean, surgery's serious stuff. And there are a lot of people who are going to the wrong surgeons and having bad results and getting injured and scarred. I'm a very old school person when it comes to beauty. I think that the body is meant to age. And I think that as particularly women, as women age, they're just as beautiful. And, I'm watching this thing, The Watchmen on Netflix. Everyone's watching. And I was just saying, like, Naomi Watts is the wife, and she's aging, and she's not, from my viewpoint, she's not doing a bunch of cosmetic stuff, and she's beautiful. Like, I think she's beautiful that way. So I think that everyone has a right to want to do cosmetic surgery if they want. If you're going to do it, make sure you are in the hands of a real, legit surgeon who does it all the time and is very credible, because there are a lot of horror stories about people trying to go cheap because this stuff is expensive. It's cash only, and you have to be careful doing that. I want to say something to you. I want to say that people who are watching, you talk about losing weight quickly. 2 things. One, I have a really fast plan on my Instagram and my link in my bio. So if you follow me on Instagram, guys, and go to my bio, there's free. I have like 2 or 3 things in my bio free of plans that are made for rapid weight loss. Okay. Now, they're aggressive. They're healthy. I'm never going to have you be unhealthy, but they are aggressive. So if you really are looking to lose weight in a rapid way, but do it in a healthy manner, go to the link in my bio to do that, number one. Number two, I have a book coming out in April, and you can go on Amazon now and look at it or pre-order it. It's called the MET Flex Diet, MET Flex Diet. This is a program that is going to change people's metabolic flexibility. What do I mean by that? What I'm saying is I'm going to train your body how to burn carbs when you have carbs and how to burn fat when you have more fat. So it switches your metabolic switch. Usually people, the switch is one way. Like, I'm only burning carbs, but I can't burn fat. And so when fats come up on board, you can't go back. I'm going to teach people how to go, oh, I have a lot of fat, burn fat. I have a lot of carbs, burn carbs. It's called metabolic flexibility. So that book is coming out in April. Go to Amazon and look at it. It's a really cool plan. You're going to lose a lot of weight, but even more important than losing weight, you're going to be able to eat almost anything. Okay. And by the way, there's an element of keto in it. So I've never introduced a keto element in any of my plans because I'm not a keto guy. However, there is a way to do keto in a way that is healthy, and it's almost like part-time keto to be able to change that metabolic switch. Okay. And here's something really random, by the way. I have to say this since I've been off IG for a while. Kanye West needs to be hospitalized.
Hello,
Okay?
Dr. Ian.
I'm speaking as a physician.
I
Kanye
understand.
West, it needs to be hospitalized. It's not funny. It is very sad. The statements he's making are horrific, but they are coming from someone who is not well. And the people who are profiting off of him and using him the way they are, shame on them. It's disgusting. And I was just talking to a friend of mine who works with another big celebrity who I won't talk about, won't mention his name, who's in jail. But I said to this guy, I said, where are the people around these guys?
Yes.
Who's checking these guys saying, hey, 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 hey? And he said something to me that was really, really interesting. He said, hey, Dr. Ian, you got to realize something. Everyone around these people, they got to eat. They got to pay their bills. So these guys are collecting checks and no one wants to say anything. And so I just want to say publicly that Kanye West needs help. And because I'm a spiritual guy, that I pray for him, that something happens in a positive way before something really bad happens. These are and any psychiatrist will tell you this. The manic phase he is in now is very destructive, and bad things can happen to him or other people around him. And instead of people enjoying this kind of spiral that he's in,
Yeah.
someone's got to grab him by the collar and say, "Bro, listen." Anyway.
As
So
a doctor, I want to ask you something, because you know, a lot of your diets are heavily based around the foods that we're consuming and, just energy, a lot, the different books that you've written allude to foods and how it affects our energy and sleep patterns and just our mental health. Do you think a lot of it has to do, just his food consumption and, lack of exercising? Like, can you attribute or speak on that just to us in general on how foods can alter our mental state?
Foods, okay. There's two sides to this answer. Number one, foods absolutely can affect how we think. Everything starts at your table, right? Your food can deal with your mood. It can deal with mentation, your emotions. Yes, all that is connected to your food. One of the books I still haven't written yet that I want to write is I want to talk about how food really powers all these different parts of your body and how certain foods actually do it more than others. It's the brain-gut axis, they call it. So your gut-brain axis, what you eat and what your gut does actually can affect your brain. So yes, that is true, by the way. In this particular case, I believe, I'm not his doctor, and I'm just being honest, I believe there is organic disease, meaning that there is something chemically wrong. I know that a lot of people say things and do things for headlines. This is beyond that, right? This is beyond that. And I think that there's something which is why I say he needs really help. I think something is chemically wrong. I think it's treatable, but I think that someone needs to be serious about it and get this guy treatment before something really bad happens. I mean, and once again, I'm not a psychiatrist, but you bring any psychiatrist on and they will tell you the same thing, that this is a crisis. This guy is in real crisis right now. So anyway, that's enough about him. I just felt like I hadn't been out in public for a while. And I just want to say that.
I appreciate it.
And you know what I haven't done either? Listen to this. I'm a political junkie, by the way. You don't know this. I love politics. I have not watched a political show in 6 months. You know why?
Oh, wow. You've been really on a detox. Tell me why.
Because I felt like I was being so consumed by the craziness of the politics in our country and all the fighting and all the back and forth. And every day it's like 25 brand new stories. And if you keep listening to this stuff day in and day out, it totally sucks your energy. Like, you get angry, then you get happy. You get frustrated, then you're gleeful. And you're going through, yes, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the other point is, so many people in this country are doing crazy stuff. Whether you're on the left or the right, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. So many people are doing crazy things right now that you have to remove yourself, take a breath, and look after you. Worry about you and your happiness, right? Because there's certain things that are happening that you and I can't control, right? And so to spend hours and hours yelling at the TV or my phone because some idiot in Washington is doing something, but why should I expend my energy? I can't change that right there. I mean, yes, we can vote. We need to vote for sure. But, in the short term, I can't do something about someone in Washington saying and doing crazy things. I can't do it.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs to worry about kind of take care of their own kind of environment. And then if we all do that, hopefully it'll be a collective taken care of. But it's crazy. I posted today about bigotry. I just had to post something because the amount of bigotry going on in this country is crazy. Bigotry against everything, whether it's LGBTQ plus, black, white, religious bigotry, all kinds of bigotry. I mean, what's going on with this world? I mean, it's crazy.
Do you think that just being the state of what we were in for the last 2+ years with the pandemic, do you think that took a huge psychological hit on the entire world, and this is the result, the spiraling result of that?
I think the combination of the 4 previous years of the administration, and every single day there was something. Every single day there was something going on. You take that, and then right after that, or to tail up, you have the pandemic. Yes. And I just think that people are untethered. They're unanchored. And we need to kind of settle ourselves and get back into a groove. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the average life expectancy for most people, when you can combine races and genders, the average life expectancy is about 80 years. Okay? Why do you want to spend even a day of your 80 years, which is not a lot when you look at the longevity of the planet? Absolutely. Why do you want to spend a day of your 80 years involved in all this kind of negativity? I don't mean to sound, I'm not trying to sound all kind of fuzzy guru-ish, but we have to get back to having perspective, right? That our lives here are temporary, and that we should try every day, like I do. Every day I wake up to try to be better, to try to enjoy myself and live life to the fullest. Some days are tough days, by the way, even for me, but I always say I got another day and I'm going to make the most of it, right?
Absolutely.
And so I don't allow myself to get weighed down by the negativity of a moment. Like, I deal with it and I move on, because otherwise you become imprisoned by that situation. And I just think that, this country, not only the world, obviously, with what crazy stuff that Russia's doing and no one's stopping them. That's a whole nother conversation, by the way. But I think that our country needs to get back. We got to get back. We were in a good place, and it seemed like all the progress we made
just fell apart.
Fell apart.
Yeah.
And just crumbled. And that's no good for anybody. Like, we can't be at war with each other. It's not going to work.
So let me ask you two things. I know, listen, I know you're a man of busy situations, and I don't want to keep you too long. I would like to pick three questions from my amazing, what we call the Tasha troops.
Okay.
They all filed in and shared some questions. But before I get to the question, are you okay with me choosing three questions from the audience?
I'll take any question you want.
Thank you. But I do, before we get to the questions, I do want to ask you, so many of us are searching for something different, something new. And when we talk about detoxes, you know, I know you've spent extensive amount of time with your pen writing about different detoxes for us to resource. What did you do in the 6 months of your detox? Like, what did that look like? What did a day look like for you? Or what does it look like if you're still somewhat in it?
The biggest thing I did was I dramatically reduced sugar intake. Okay. I was not aware of how much sugar I was eating. I was having sugar in everything, and drinking, eating it. And I just decided, you know what? I'm going to cold turkey, like, eliminate sugar. I love sweets. I love to bake. I baked the baddest sweet potato pie you can imagine.
Hello, Thanksgiving is around the corner. Thank you. I'm in Los Angeles. Thanks.
I love sweet potato pie, and I can crush it. Trust me.
Hello?
But you know what I said to myself? No pies. I bake cakes, no cookies, nothing. No juice. I love fresh juice. I'm a juiceaholic. I love apple cider. Only water with squeezed lemon in it. I did this for like 3 months. It's so funny. When I went back to eating sugar, I couldn't eat it. Like,
yeah.
I went to drink some orange juice after I was done. Oh my goodness. I had to stop. I had to pour half of it out.
Wow.
And put water in to dilute it because it was too sweet for me.
Yes.
So the biggest thing I did was I reduced my sugar. And I also was doing intermittent fasting. So I didn't eat my first meal till at least 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I work out almost every morning, but I would wait to eat, because when you work out and your body is burning calories, what people don't realize is your body burns calories even after you work out because it's recovering. And so if you combine working out, don't eat anything, which means that you're not giving your body calories, but it needs calories for energy, your body's going to go to your fat stores and use your fat stores for energy.
Okay.
So that's the way to burn your fat.
Hold on. Okay. So wake up, drink water with, you know, my squeeze of lemon. Mm-hmm. Don't eat, and then eat afterwards. Okay. Hello? Nobody called me before. I do a morning show too. I'm going to be working out before the morning show. Thank you so much.
But remember something. Here's the key. Do not eat for 2 hours after you work out.
Okay.
2 hours. Okay? And the workout doesn't have to be an hour workout. You could do like a 20-minute workout, 30-minute workout. Get some workout in the morning. Don't eat. And during that time between your workout and when you eat, your body's going to be going into your fat stores for energy.
Okay. I'm writing all this down. Keep going.
Okay. You want all my tips, huh?
Listen. No, but that's amazing. I love it. Coupled with, you know, we read over here. We read together. So we'll be doing this together in the name of Dr. Ian.
Someone said, what time do you have dinner? Let me say this about dinner, by the way. People think there's a magical time when you should stop having dinner. Not true. It's not the time of the night that you have dinner. It's the time you have dinner relative when you go to sleep. Okay? If you're like, I'm in the middle of finishing my next novel right now. So I'm up to like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Can we get into this?
Into what?
I mean, you're a doctor. You've got this novel going.
You would love my novels. Trust me. They're mysteries. Ash K mysteries.
The Unspoken, right?
The Unspoken, Wolf Point. My new one is coming out in next year. It's called The Overnights, and it's about 2 anchor women who are in a ratings war, and somebody ends up dead.
Wait, this sounds like it's 2 anchor women. How are you writing about? Is this my life? Hello?
Wait till you see it. I love your hair, by the way. I love your hair.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So listen, what I was saying about dinner, by the way, I'm all over the place right now. What I was saying about dinner was this, that it's not when you eat relative to the clock. It's when you eat relative to you go to sleep. You should not eat dinner within 2 hours of going to sleep. So if you go to sleep at midnight, lying down in bed, 10 o'clock is your cutoff for eating dinner. If you go to sleep at 10, 8 o'clock's your cutoff.
You know what you know what happens, Doctor? I'm sorry, I just totally cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No,
Please.
That's good. Go ahead.
No, I eat, and then I walk over to the couch, and I sit down, and I have my notes for tomorrow's show and my computer, and 20 minutes later, I'm like,
And guess what happens while you're doing that?
what?
All those calories you just ate, they're like, okay, I got to go somewhere and body wake up and exercise so I can go away. And you don't exercise. So it's like, I got to go somewhere. I'm going to go live in your fat. That's what happens. That's what happens.
What?
All day, every day. It's the worst thing you can do.
Okay. We're changing our lives today, everybody. This ends today. Dr. Ian, you mentioned sugar and fruits. So fruits are a no-no, or are there certain fruits that we can eat?
This is one of my favorite questions, by the way, because I'm a fresh fruit juice-aholic. Listen, fruits have sugar, no doubt about it. They have lots of sugar. But don't just think about the sugar. Think about the sugar package, because the fruit sugar comes with vitamins, minerals, and nutrients.
Okay.
And there's sugar. Think about the whole package. Unlike soda, which just has the sugar with no other good nutrient. No, there are no nutrients. So the soda sugar package is junk. The fruit sugar package is great because it also gives you these other nutrients, these other phytonutrients, plant nutrients. So when people say, but Dr. Ian, fruit has sugar too. I know that. Hello. But you're getting things also with the sugar, not just the sugar alone.
Okay.
With soda
fruits.
and donuts, what are you getting with a donut? Sugar. That's it. What vitamins
It helps my endorphins, and the Boston
That's
cream
true.
donut. It's got the cream in the middle, and it's so.
Your dopamine. It's your dopamine,
It's the dopamine.
not your endorphins. You know what endorphins are?
No, what? Maybe I said it wrong.
No, that's okay. Endorphins are the body's happy chemicals. So
Yes,
when
it makes me happy.
I know, but that's not how you release. That's not how you release your endorphins.
Okay.
You release your endorphins through exercise.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay, I give you that, Doc.
But what you're saying is dopamine. Dopamine is the body's pleasure chemical. So you eat a donut, and you're like, oh man, like Chicago Stan's donut. Oh man, or Do-Right donuts, right? Oh my goodness. So you eat those.
My mouth.
Your body says, ooh, this tastes good.
It does.
And it releases all this dopamine in your brain.
Uh-huh.
And it goes into what's your pleasure center. And it says, wow, when you eat this donut, you feel good.
Yes.
So the next time you think about a donut, the next time you see a commercial about a donut, the next time you walk by a donut shop, guess what happens?
The Dunkin' Donuts over there. Uh-huh.
Better donuts than that. You need some customized donuts. But anyway, when you see donuts, guess what happens? Your brain releases that dopamine again,
Yeah.
and it tells you, go get the donut.
Uh-huh. Because I do, yeah. In my account, I've got $20 left. Okay, listen, the diet can start next week. I have $20 to burn. That's a lot of Boston creams. Listen, Dr. E, let's get to these questions.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to get to these questions before you get out of here.
Okay.
Okay. So here's one. I'm 63 years old today. And this person has been gaining weight for the last 6 months. What can I do to turn this?
Wow, that's great. The first thing I don't know how I have all the details of this person, but I'm just going to base on some generalities based on what she's saying. Number one, 63 is not old. However, her metabolism has probably slowed down, which is normal. But what I would suggest that you do right away is to change what your plate looks like. Okay? So I would reduce my portions in half. I would serve myself on a salad plate, not a dinner plate. I would do intermittent fasting, no doubt about it. I would do, and we don't have time to get into it, but look up, one of my books is called Clean and Lean, which is intermittent fasting. I would do what's called a 14-10 window, which means 14 hours, of fasting, 10 hours of eating. So that's what I would do. And the last thing I would say is you got to move. You don't have to exercise crazy, but you could do a 10-minute workout. The next thing I'm going to put in my IG a series of 10-minute workouts. So that people, right? So that people who say I don't have time, if you give me 10 minutes once or twice a day, I'm going to work you out. Okay.
Let me know when you're going to do that. So I'll have you back so we can start with you. This could be your first tribe right here to do it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay. So anyways, that's the answer to this 63-year-old woman, which is put your portions in half. Make sure you're doing intermittent fasting. Make sure you're doing at least 10 to 15 minutes of a workout 3 to 4 times a week. And if you're internet savvy and IG savvy, go into my bio and look at some of the free plans I have, 2-week plan, 7-week plan, to try to get your weight jump started.
Okay, I'm going to sneak a question in here. Menopause weight. Now, I haven't gotten there yet, and all of my sisters in here, my big sisters,
someone said Reader's Digest. What did they say?
I don't know. I missed it.
Someone said, "Can I help with Reader's Digest?" Sorry,
I missed that one. I'm so sorry. As in being a contributor.
Valerie can help with Reader's Digest. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So I do have an off-screen question for you about menopause. I'm not there yet,
okay.
But all my big sisters in here, they know I make fun of them for their flashing and stuff. So they're like, the devil's gonna get you real soon. So, but I did get a behind-the-scenes question about menopause weight. Can you speak on that and possibly give some kind of guidance to my sisters going through menopause weight right now?
Yeah, menopause is a real challenge. You can't circumvent menopause. It's going to happen. It's normal. It happens to every woman almost. But what I would say to women who are either perimenopausal or premenopausal or menopausal, all those conditions, is that you have to be very, very tight on what you eat. You cannot eat the same way you were eating when you were in your 20s or 30s. You just can't. And what do I mean by that? Like, for example, there are certain foods that you know that you don't respond well to. For some people, it could be pasta. It could be white enriched flour. Every woman has to figure out what those trigger foods are that cause them to bloat, that seems to cause them to gain weight, and they have to eliminate that, at least while they're going through the change. After the change, it's different, but while you're going through the change, you need to do that. The other part is people need to make sure their hormones are in check. Like you gotta look at your hormones. Go talk to your doctor when you're in menopause about your hormone levels and see if there's anything you need to do to help that. I mean, that's because your hormones are kind of all over the place. And when your hormones are all over the place, that causes kind of this fury inside of your body. Also, with menopause, your metabolism. There are ways to boost your metabolism. And so I suggest that people look at not supplements that are metabolic boosters, but natural ways to boost your metabolism. Like, for example, eating multiple small meals has a metabolic boost effect. Increasing the amount of protein you eat is important. Lean protein can be very helpful. Staying away from simple carbs that turn into sugar the minute they touch your mouth. And of course, I know people don't like this word, but exercise is one of the greatest ways to boost your metabolism.
Well, I saw somebody said lots of sex.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hello?
100%.
Okay,
100%.
listen, I'm 37. When do I go through menopause? Let me know.
You got a long time for...
Okay, I'm going to grab one more question since I used that third one. Dr. Ian, can we have you back? Like, before I get into the last question, is it okay, like, can we have you back every so often to come in as like the contributor to let us know, if we're on the right track, what you got going on and get us in check?
I would love that.
Hello?
I'd love that.
Okay, let me just give you one more question, and then I promise everybody that sent in your questions, I'm going to take a screenshot, retain all those questions, and next time the doctor comes back, we've got those questions saved. Okay.
They can also hit me on my DM too.
Oh, are the DMs open, doctor? Because my people will file in there. So I'm just saying
they're open. Just give me, give me a little time to respond. I can't do it like in 10 minutes, but you can hit me up. I check my own DMs. Okay.
Okay, so here's an important one I want to put up there. What's the best advice to give? Well, you know what? Oh, it just went away. I don't know. How did that?
I see it.
Oh, you do see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the best advice to give for us young generation on mental health?
yes. I know we talked about mental health, so I don't know if, just coupled in with the conversation, or can we
Well, let me just say one thing, though. Can I say one thing?
Absolutely. Come on.
It is fantastic that the country has arrived to be able to openly discuss mental health and not make people feel guilty about it. I grew up in an era where no one talked about mental health.
Yes.
And people used all kinds of euphemistic words rather than say people were having mental health issues. They used all kinds of, he's different, he's funny, whatever. We are in an era where we are openly talking about it, where we respect people for it, where we're realizing that a lot of us, by the way, have these issues. And a lot of people are coming forward and getting the help they need rather than turning to really bad solutions that aren't real solutions that end up being more traumatic. So for young people, I would say continue to be bold and fearless, continue to raise your hand and get help, and never allow the perceived judgment of someone else stop you from being open and honest about the challenges you face. We all face these challenges. All of us, by the way, no matter how rich you are, how famous you are, how poor you are, it doesn't matter. We all have these challenges, and the more we talk about it and the more we make people feel like it's okay to talk about it, the better off everyone's going to be.
That was so amazing. And I know this said for young people, but I really think that is for, everyone. You know what I mean? Like I think we're in a mental health crisis, to be quite honest with you. So your response was like we need to let that breathe. You're so
it's
amazing.
Okay. It's okay not to be okay. I love that. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah. And I feel like we're living in a time where we are a lot more transparent. And when I speak about celebrities, it's because you all have a platform. Do you know what I'm saying? And your platform houses hundreds of thousands, if not some millions of people. And you all, it's almost like what you say, we follow. And I wish that more, and I think the more celebrities that do come out and speak on their mental health and how they combat it, someone like you as a doctor, it's really important. So I appreciate you sharing that.
I just wish celebrities would be a little more responsible,
Yes.
I think that, well, I'm getting off again, but I just think that celebrities are so blessed to have all that they have. And just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you don't have challenges, right? We all have challenges. But I think that when celebrities have these kinds of followings and this amount of people who are listening to every word they say, everything that they post, it would be nice. And I'm not telling them what to do, by the way, but it'd be nice for them just to be a little more responsible and to think that words matter and actions matter. And what I'm saying and doing can actually impact a lot of people. So maybe use that in a positive way rather than in a lot of the negative ways I see celebrities do in social. But anyway.
I'm so sorry. This is such a weird segue because I saw a really important question that I do want to ask you, but I don't want to dismiss your thought. So
that's okay. We moved all over the place tonight. Let's move.
I'm so sorry. I know I said I had the last question, but this question really means something to a lot of people in here, and I can't seem to put it on the screen for whatever reason. My Instagram is acting weird. I'm going to try and click it again. Nonetheless, it says, Guyanese chick, she says, what do you say to people who say they can't afford to eat healthy? Now, I don't know how often you get asked these questions. I don't know, but yeah.
The first thing I say to people is this. Eating healthy is expensive. I admit it. It's more expensive than it needs to be. I admit it. There are people who have real financial challenges. I admit it. There are no easy solutions. I admit it. But this is what I will tell you. Having high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes is a lot more expensive than buying healthier food.
Yeah.
And I just said this at a, Lewis Carr at BET just had this Blueprint Men's Health Summit. And I was just saying to the guys, I was saying, you got to think about your priorities. And I think that a lot of times we have our priorities out of whack. There's nothing that is a bigger priority than your health. Nothing. Because without your health, everything else falls apart. Right?
Yeah.
If I don't care if you have $5 billion in your bank account.
Hello?
If you 500, whatever, if you can't get out of bed, right? If you can't walk up a flight of steps, right? What does it matter?
Yeah.
And so I think that when people say it's expensive, yes, it's expensive, but try to make better choices. And by the way, I shop at all kinds of stores. Everything from Whole Check to,
Trader Joe's.
Walmart.
Can I see you in Trader Joe's? Sprouts,
Trader Joe's, Walmart, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that if you look, there are good deals if you look for them and you're patient. And also, if you need to focus on the healthier things, sometimes it's not going healthier, it's eliminating the bad stuff.
Right.
Like all the fruit punches and sodas and teas and all that stuff is garbage. Like, take water and put fresh fruit in it and put it in your refrigerator and let it chill and drink that way. I'm not a big lover of water, but I like fruit infused water. So I just think that people, yes, it's expensive to buy healthier foods, but it's more expensive to be sick. And it also takes years away from your life.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose even days from my life unnecessarily, right? I don't even want to lose days, let alone years. And people are losing years because they're getting their toes amputated from diabetes.
Mm.
Their blood pressure is causing them to go crazy. They're losing their kidneys. They're on dialysis. That's just not the road you want to go down.
Everybody listening to this after the show, we're going to the gym. I'm just letting you know that. We're going straight to the gym. Or we're working out. Whatever you all choose, that's what we're doing. Really quickly, I just want to say shout out to the Queen, Auntie Melba Moore. She's in the building, and she wanted me. Yes, and she wanted me to let you know that she's here. She's waving at you. She loves the conversation. And
I love her.
To what you were saying about challenges, she said in the chat, she says, challenges will arise. It's how we overcome. As we go back to the other, you see how we always go back, Dr. Ian? We do our thing over here, okay?
Yeah. Yes, I love that.
So she's been in here, and I want to relay the message that she says hello to you.
I love Melba Moore. Thank you, Melba.
Dr. Ian, you've graciously spent your evening with us. There's so many amazing questions. My back office is like, oh my God, there's so many good questions. I want to keep you, but then I'm like, I gotta let him go to replenish and refresh because we need him to come back. We don't want him to say, she sucked all my energy at that show.
I'm going to finish my novel. I'm in the final 2 chapters of my novel. I'm really excited about
the novel, The Unspoken, which is going to be a series. You have the first one out already. The main character is, do I say his name, Ash Kane?
Yes, ma'am.
Just the glow on your face is telling me you're having a really, really good time with this other side of being an author.
I have loved fiction my entire life. I have read fiction my entire life. But I've always been known for my health and being a doctor. And what I want to tell people, particularly young people who may be listening, is that you don't have to choose one thing to be in life. Life is so short. Why do you only want to try one flavor? Try as many flavors you can in life. And for me, when it comes to writing, yes, I love writing my health books, but I also absolutely love writing my fiction. These novels are stories that are in my mind that I create. And while I'm writing my fiction, like I am now, I'm in a writing zone. I live, when everyone's away, I live in this world that I'm creating many hours of a day. And I'm back in the real world talking to you, but when I leave this, I'm going to go back into this world that I've created and these characters who are speaking a certain way and trying to solve these cases. And so, yeah, I love writing fiction. In fact, before I got on, my production partner out in Hollywood just told me, another book I wrote, I have no books in front of me. another book I wrote called The Ancient Nine, which is a novel, which is about my experience in one of Harvard's secret societies. When I was an undergrad, I was in a secret society at Harvard. I published this book. It's a fun book, but we just agreed to a deal with a writer, a big writer, who wants to turn it into a TV series.
Hello. Okay, listen. I know I've been sitting here for the last couple of minutes asking you questions, but I do have an agent. This is a true story. I am an actress. I am of the plus size generation. Hello. So if you just want to diversify, your cast of people you want, hi, I'm available immediately. Thank you.
Well, fingers crossed, we're going to do it. It's going to happen. They
No,
just
I'm
called.
happy to hear that. Hello,
Yeah.
I will. Please don't tell me to call you. I'll call you tomorrow. I need help to get rid of the guts, and I'll be healthy. I can do all the tumbles and rolls. I'll bring the hair.
What's the weight you want to lose?
If I can be honest, this is the first time I've ever shared this as public as this. I am currently 227, but the issue, or maybe it's not an issue, I'm majority muscle. Like I have I don't have a lot of body fat. But that's all relative nonetheless, but there's more muscle. And so it's frustrating when I step on the scale. I'm currently a size 12. Nothing makes sense, but I'm proportioned. My bust size, it's heavy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5". It's a lot.
So where do you want to go?
I want to lose about 60 pounds.
Okay. I agree with that number.
You
Okay.
do. Every time I tell people I want to lose 60 pounds, they look at me like I'm insane. They're like, where are you going to lose 60 pounds from? But I'm like, there's a lot happening here and I can't shake it.
Guess what? This is your window. It only gets harder. This is your window, and there are a lot of people like you who are in this window who feel the same way. And my advice to you and to others is you have to decide, and only you can do this. I can't do it. Your parents can't do it. Boyfriend, girlfriend can't do it. You have to decide that this is honestly and truly the moment for you. I wrote this book called Mind Over Weight. It's a small little book. And I wrote this book because I wanted to teach people that your mind is where it all starts. It's your mind. And you have to say to yourself, forget about the past, forget about everything, that I can do this, I am going to do this, and I'm going to do it in a gradual manner. And then you'll get the 60 pounds off. I'm 100% convinced, but your mind has to be there. And by the way, it's not going to be easy sometimes. Sometimes it will. You're going to have periods where you have no weight loss for a week and a half. You can't get frustrated. It's a journey. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And if you enter it with that mindset, let me take a pound here, 2 pounds here, a pound, 2. When you start adding that up, in 4 months' time, you're down 30 pounds, 25 pounds in 4 months.
Okay,
But you have to.
if I start tomorrow, we're in October, November, December, January, February. Okay, that's right before Valentine. Okay, line me up a Valentine's Day date. I'm ready.
You got to want it, though.
Hello, we're starting today.
I'm serious. You got to want it.
Dr. Ian, you're my biggest accountability partner. We're live. This live lives on forever. Do you think I'm going to sit here and make a commitment and embarrass myself? 60 pounds. I want it so bad. I can
Answer your question.
feel it.
You ever watch I used to be a soap opera guy.
Mhm.
Because when I grew up, my grandmother, who babysat us, would be watching what she called the stories, okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. And so I'd come home from school, yes, and I was a big athlete, but I could do all the soap operas. One of my favorites was Young and the Restless. And one of my favorite characters on Young and the Restless was a woman they called Kate Chancellor,
Uh-huh.
okay? And her name was Duchess. That was her nickname. And one day, Duchess was talking. I'll never forget this quote. She was talking to a young lady about her romantic interest. And she was having a problem with her boyfriend, and someone else wanted him. And you know what she said to her? She says, anything worth having is worth fighting for. You got to fight for it. You got to
Okay.
fight. You got to fight. You want to lose that weight, you got to fight for it. Period. It's a fight. I'm real talk. It's a fight.
Now you got to
If it's
say it
worth
with a
it-
little bit New York. Your real talk.
Oh, I'm not New York. Well, I lived in New York, but I'm a Connecticut boy.
Real
Real
talk.
talk. Real talk.
Now
Let's
listen,
go. We'll do it.
Dr. Ian, in the meantime, listen, I could fill out a nice dress. I don't look bad. I wear my weight well, okay?
It's not, see, and let me tell you something. It's not about aesthetics. I tell people all the time, I don't judge people how they look, right? There's people like all different body types. There is no right body type, by the way, none. It's
Yeah.
what you like and what someone else likes. That's
Yeah.
all I care about is health. I care about your body mass index, your BMI, and what your risk is for having a heart attack. That's what I care about.
Yeah, I have two sons, and this is I'm being serious. I'm straighten up. When I think about just my I already have fat feet as it is, whether I'm 120 pounds or 200, but the ankles get swollen, the knee, like just these different things. My heart racing. I'm thinking about, okay, what, all of the different issues. It's not about the image in the mirror. Forget about it. I can wear a nice dress and walk in a room and take them all down, but am I healthy? Do you know what I'm saying? And yes, I do eat right, but then it's the days when I want the Boston cream donut. You know what so it's the little things, but nonetheless, I'm serious. This is my commitment to myself, my commitment to you, Dr. Ian. My back office literally is messaging me as this whole conversation has been going. My back office is holding me accountable, and I'm making this commitment to everybody that supports me, that's watching this and supports you, starting today.
But you need a plan, though.
Okay, hello.
See, that's the problem. You got to have a plan.
I
It's
got
not
all
just
your books.
It's not just I'm going to eat better, I'm going to exercise more. Mm-mm. That's the mistake people make, is that they say they want, and in their heart, they want to do these things, but you need structure. You need to have structure. So what plan do you want to follow? I'll send you a book.
The plan that you tell me right here tonight, before you walk out the door and before you put your shoes on and walk out of here, whatever plan you say, Natasha, follow this plan. I'm doing it. I'm going to plan the plan.
Clean and lean.
Clean and lean. Got it.
Clean. That's cleaner eating, and it's a little bit of intermittent fasting combined into the same program. Clean and lean. Okay. If you don't have it, I'll send it to you. Let you text me. Okay.
Okay, I will.
All right. Okay.
Dr. Ian, I just want to have you like in my pocket right here. No, you have been so amazing to not just myself. I thank you, but to every single person that is watching us live and that will watch us on the replay. On behalf of us all, I just want to say thank you. You've poured into us in so many different ways that we all didn't even know we were going to get. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for your time. Everything that you have going on. You're a doctor, you've written all these amazing books teaching us how to be healthy, but I'm excited to read your fictional novels that you have already out there and that you are continuing to put out. I thank you for being you. Like you haven't changed up on us in a negative way. You've only fed us continuously. So please, thank you. And please don't be a stranger here, please. Hello.
Well, thanks to Rick Party for putting us together.
Yes. Thank you.
Because my
Yes, thank you, Rick. Mm-hmm.
My instinct was to say no, not because of you, but because I'm in my writing zone right now.
Yes.
But because Rick said, "Will you do this?" I said, "Yes, I'm going to do this."
Thank you.
So thanks, Rick. Thanks you for bringing me back to IG, and all those who have said hi to me today and seen me on the replay. I'm back in action, and send me DMs, and just live life, man. Life is unpredictable. Okay, it's unpredictable. I'm telling you.
Maybe sorry. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I was just I was thinking about when Ron Brown died. Ron Brown worked in the Clinton administration. I'm dating myself, but he was at one point the highest ranking African American in government. And when Ron Brown died in a plane crash, by the way, I'll never forget Jesse Jackson said, "Life is full of vicissitudes. Here today, gone tomorrow."
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. And so everyone listening and watching, treasure life and take full advantage of it because it is extremely unpredictable. And that's how I want to leave this, saying, live life to the fullest. Carpe diem.
Dr. Ian, thank you. Everybody, please make sure you're following Dr. Ian. Click the link in his bio to find out all kinds of communications with everything that he has going on. He will definitely be back because I need him. If anything, I need him. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Until next time, thank you so much, Dr. Ian.
Good seeing you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Wow. Let's let that breathe for a minute. Wasn't that amazing? I just want to see like all kinds of hearts. I want to see all kinds of hearts. I want to see all the emojis, like everything you can find. Everybody, that was Dr. Ian, Dr. Ian Smith. Please, I know all of you sent a lot of questions that probably a lot of your questions were answered throughout the conversation. But then I saw some very specific questions. If you did not hear or see your question on the screen through the conversation, please feel free to send a message to Dr. Ian, or you can send it to myself and I'll get the message to him. But trust and believe that we will definitely have Dr. Ian back. I don't know about you, but I need a moment to just digest, pun intended, everything that we received today. I didn't even get to ask him about his love for classic cars. There was so much, right? And then I wanted to ask him how he got all those teeth white, how he keeps his skin glowing. See, I had a bunch of, look at all my questions here that I didn't even get a chance to ask. I was so wrapped up in the conversation, right? But he gave us everything that we needed to just shift. I don't even want to be dramatic and say change our lives, because a lot of us, are on a path that was either validated this evening by Dr. Ian, or some of us need to change every single thing that we have going on. And I'm here to tell you that starting, is it fair for me to say today, I want to be able to, like he said, you have to have a plan. And sometimes we get so erratic and focused on that immediate change that we don't have the plan, and then we go back to what we're trying to get out of. So let's do this together, everybody. If you're on board, send me some kind of signal, DM me something, and let me know if you want to do this with me. But I'm telling you right now, I'm doing this. I'm going to start I'm going to have a conversation with Dr. Ian behind the scenes. I'm going to see if I've got the book. I got to see if I have that particular book in the library. But once that book is whether it's found or I got to get it, let's do this together. Okay. Everybody, that's the show. That's it. I do want to say a special thank you to Rick Party, for making this communication happen. Rick, you're truly the gift that keeps on giving. So thank you so much. I want to thank my back office for holding me down and keeping me in check and keeping me in line. I want to thank every single person that was in here that enjoyed the conversation with Dr. Ian. If you came in here with Dr. Ian, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you were already in here before Dr. Ian came, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. Gosh, I hope he put his shoes on before he left, right? Everybody, that's the show. Put your shoes on. Rick Party is my executive producer. Thank you so much, Rick. How dare me not say your title right. Shout out to Rick Party, the executive producer of the Natasha Simone Sequence. And, slash my right brain, sometimes my left brain, slash he's multi-hyphenated. Shout out to my back office. As I see the typing coming in, I can see her typing as I write. She says, "Oh, gee," and I'm chopped liver. Oh, honey, please. Listen, everybody. Is it tripping out or is it me? Probably my headset. I just want to say thank you for all of you that joined me in the morning show. I do come back on 4:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 a.m. Eastern is the morning edition. And for all of you that join me in the evening, we are back here, same time, same place, 6 p.m. Pacific. Natasha, get it together. The evening edition comes on at 6 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if it's me or what, but it's glitchy. So the evening show, the Natasha Simona Sequence evening edition comes on 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. The morning edition comes on at 4:30 a.m. Listen, do me a favor. I feel like I'm tongue-tied just saying my own stuff. Look for everything in the page. Click the link in the bio. For everybody that supports me and supports what I have going on, thank you so much. Click the link in the bio. We are not going to do an unboxing tonight. We're not doing an unboxing tonight. We're going to do an unboxing tomorrow. We're going to do something very interesting is happening. We're going to do an unboxing tomorrow. And that's it. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Yes, the replays are on for everybody who wants to see this. Thank you again to Dr. Ian, my back office. Thank you so much. And Rick Party, thank you. He's the only back office I'm allowed to name. The other back office, they remain anonymous, but they're real. Good night, everybody. Be safe. Grab your shoes at the door and get on out of here and enjoy your night. Bye.